Hey you guys, it's Shamika T. I know it's been a minute, but I have a justifiable reason for being away. Sis was busy for the month of February, okay? I've been out here helping the people in real life. So because I was busy for the month of February, I've been doing a lot of thinking about what I wanted my next video, i.e. this video, to be. And I know I've said this before, but I think it will hit home when I give you guys a real life situation that happened, so you can understand the reason why I tell you guys this. I have told you guys before, you need to take a court reporter to any court proceeding where the judge is going to make a decision on anything that's pertinent. It could be a custody issue, it could be child support, it could be alimony, it could be attorney's fees, whatever the issue is. If you know that this court hearing is being noticed for one of those issues, meaning the judge is going to make a decision, you need to take a court reporter. And here's why. And I'm really focused on Florida cases because so far in my limited time in practicing in Michigan, it appears that those court proceedings are recorded. At least in Ingham County, it has been the case. So this video is more so focused on Florida cases because you have to take your own court reporter to a hearing if you want everything to be transcribed. And here's why I say this. So I had a case and essentially there was no court reporter. I always ask clients, do you want to get a court reporter? And I tell clients the court reporter would be important because if you wanted to appeal the judge's decision, you would have a written record of what actually took place. Because if you don't have a written record of what took place, then ultimately you're leaving it up to the Second District Court of Appeal or whatever District Court of Appeal you'll be in to determine, okay, based on the documents that are in the court file, what do I think happened? And they're not going to do that. One thing I've learned is that you need to make it easy for folks. You make it easy for them by giving them a transcript to say, here you go, here's everything that happened, because the court reporter is jotting down everything that took place and will give you a pretty transcript. Okay, you need it. You need it. So I went into court without a court reporter because my client said that it was not feasible. Okay, cool. It was a divorce case. So the husband gets on the stand and I specifically ask him questions about how much child support he has paid since the parties have been separated. I asked him when he stopped making payments for child support. And then I asked him specifically when was his last child support payment as of recent, okay? He testified to that. His testimony was crystal clear. There was nothing to be confused by. For some reason, hope you're picking up what I'm putting down, but for some reason, the judge's notes did not have exactly what the husband testified to. So my notes said exactly what the husband testified to. How much he was paying for child support, when he stopped paying child support, and the last payment he made. I literally had it word for word what he said, okay? So the judge is getting ready to make his ruling. And when the judge gets ready to make his ruling, Sorry, I had a reminder. I have mediation and I'm doing this in between. So this video is going to have to just be interrupted. So when the judge makes his ruling on the child support issue, there's a number of issues, but on the child support, the judge does not get it right. So I say, Your Honor, respectfully, that's not what the husband testified to. He testified to this. The judge says, well, that's going to be my ruling because that's what my notes say. And I'm like, okay, here we go. We're playing these games today, but I gotta look like, So I asked the judge, I said, well, Your Honor, can you ask the opposing counsel what his notes say? Because if our notes are the same, then possibly you may have gotten it incorrectly. And you, especially a woman like me, you can't tell a judge that you're wrong because I've done that and it's hurt my client. So I've been trying to be really nice and proper and, play the game. So the opposing counsel says, Your Honor, that's not in my notes either. maybe I missed it. Maybe my client did make additional payments that I'm not aware of. Now, let me pause there. That was the lawyer's slick way of trying to get the husband, to testify again about what he already testified to, and to slip in new evidence to say, yeah, I actually made those additional payments when he didn't. So I tell the judge, the evidence is closed. And the judge says, well, I just want to clarify. So let's clarify, because this was the judge's way of letting his notes reign supreme over my objection and the judge getting it wrong. So I'm looking dead at the opposing party like, you better not lie on this stand. And thank God he did not. He says, Your Honor, no, I didn't make those additional payments. So the judge says, oh, well, I got it wrong. That would have been an error. Am I surprised, you guys? No, I'm not. I'm not at all. And I know some of you guys are going to say, well, Shamika, what are you doing about it? That's injustice. I've been telling y'all this. I live and breathe this life. It's getting to the point where there's so many injustices, small, but to me, big, that happens every day in court, that what do? The client doesn't have any money for a court reporter. I try to appeal if she would have appealed. Luckily, we don't have to because the opposing party testified truthfully. But do you know how many people don't testify truthfully? And do you know that would have been an easy way for the judge's wrong notes to be made right, per se? Like, this happens all the time. And if you don't have a court reporter, then you're screwed. And let me just say this. Sometimes you can have a court reporter. Now, in this particular instance, it would have been hard to dispute, but I have had cases that I've appealed, and the law was the law, and I really believe that we should have won on appeal. But because some of these judges really just hate family law, in my opinion, it's just like, why are these folks fighting? They just kind of like stamp the approval of the lower court and say, oh, they did their job. So it's a never-ending battle. In family law, there are a lot of things that I see that should not go on, that does go on. But what do? Only thing I can do is tell you guys the truth, which is some judges make up their minds of the outcome that they want before you even get to court. Yes, I said it. That's what happens. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because it happens all the time. And if you don't have a court reporter, they can kind of do whatever they please. So I hope that brings this point home and the importance of getting a court reporter. Again, I apologize for the delay in my videos and the interruption, but I am a busy woman trying to fight for the people in real life. I miss you guys. Shamika T. Askew, the private attorney with a public servant's heart. If you guys have a case in Michigan or in Florida for family law or personal injury, hit me up. I'd love to assist you. Bye.